Hello everyone, today we're celebrating, what was it? Today we're celebrating the 50 sub special of the channel. Oh, look at that. So I decided to make a Pokemon video, because if you haven't noticed, I like Pokemon. Yeah, look at that. So today, I'm gonna show you some interesting facts that you probably don't know about Pokemon. And yes, before anyone asks, I know that there's a lot of videos about the team, but I think that I can do a great job at summarizing or making even some fact that nobody else has ever done. Wait, 3 hours? What the? Number 1. The first Pokemon games, Pokemon Red and Green, were released for the Game Boy Color in February 27 of 1996. That's over 2 years before they went to the United States and were changed to Pokemon Red and Blue. The first chapter of the anime came out in April 1st of 1997, once again in Japan exclusively. That means that between the release of the first game and the release of the first chapter of the anime, they were separated by exactly 399 days. Coincidentally, if you search for the Pokemon that has that number in the Pokédex, you get none other than the god of all Pokemon, Bidoof. Yeah, I know why the meme came from. Yeah. Número 2. Most people have heard about the extreme Pokemon. The tallest Pokemon, the smallest, the lightest, the heaviest. But what about the ones that are in between? The ones that are completely mid and nobody can deny it. So I searched to see which was the most mid Pokemon in existence. So I searched for every Pokemon which was between 32.6 and 40 kilograms, because yeah, I'm from the metric system, 1.1 and 1.2 meters, and whose total base stat were between 470 and 530. After looking at all of these Pokemon, I reached the conclusion that the absolutely most mid of all time is Politoed. Not only he's for the most common type being water, and the most common combination being pure water, but also his stats are incredibly mid, not having anything below 70 but nothing surpassing 100, and also being the only Pokemon in this complete list that was in exactly 500 base stat total. So yeah, he's pretty damn mid.
Numero 3.
In the Pokemon anime, Ash. Wait, not that one. Ash Ketchum has had a lot of Pokemon, so I wanted to know exactly how much he has had over the years. So I decided to count them. Throughout the years, he has been in 8 total regions, so I'm gonna talk about each of them individually. In Kanto, he got a total of 41 Pokemon, including the 30 different titles that he had. Yeah, stat padding is cool. In Johto, 7 was the magic number, including the only shiny that he has ever caught in Shiny Nactowl. Then in Hoenn he had 5, in Sinnoh he had 6, in Unova 9, and in Kalos 5, which include the Greninja Ash. Also in Alola, he just had 5 new Pokemon, but include 2 very special ones. Naganadel being the only legendary that he has ever had, even though he's not counting as one anymore, and Melmetal, the only mythical that he has ever had. And last but not least, he had 6 new Pokemon in Galar. After counting each one of them, we reached the conclusion that he has had a total of 84 Pokemons, including Tauros. Numero 4. The catch rate is a mathematical formula that determines the likability of being able to catch a Pokemon, going from 0 to 255. In easier terms, this is the reason as to why a Rattata is easier to capture with a Pokeball than a Melmetal. Usually, the logic stays consistent. If a Pokemon is weak, it's gonna have a high catch rate. If a Pokemon is strong, it's gonna have a weak and really small catch rate. However, the catch rate has some weird things going on with them, and I'm gonna list a couple of them. Eternatus and Necrozma are the only legendaries that had a 100% catch rate throughout the Pokemon story, mainly because they are pretty relevant to their respective plots. A total of 242 Pokemon had changed their catch rate at some point in the Pokemon franchise. And out of all those 242, there has only been 3 that had changed their catch rate twice. Dialga, Palkia, and, you guessed it, Basculin. And in terms of catch rate, the Ultra Beasts have been kind of a mess, just like how they are in everything else. They have had a total of 2 starting catch rates, they have changed for 5 different numbers of catch rate, and then there's Nihilego, which is the only one that hasn't changed at all. Because, of course, there has to be one like that. To this point, Xerneas and Yveltal are the only legendary duo that have had a ratio over 45 out of 255, which has been exactly 70. There are exactly 4 Pokemon which had completely unique catch rates, being Ditto, Pancham, Furfrou, and Litleo. And last but not least, the most well-known fact being that the Metagross evolutionary line are the only set of non-legendary Pokemon to have a catch rate of 3, the lowest possible.
Numa Fum. Okay, I got bored of saying different languages.
Stats are one of the, if not the most important part of a Pokemon. They are the difference between a mid Pokemon and a really good one. I'm sorry, Politoed, I'm not gonna call you mid again, in this video at least. So, let's look at all of the extremes of stats, in both the good, the bad, and the ugly. The highest base HP is a two-way tie between Blissey and Eternamax Eternatus, someone that we are gonna see a lot in this video. In the other end of the spectrum, the Pokemon with the lowest base HP is none other than Shedinja, which to this day still has only 1 HP. Oh, poor baby. The lowest base physical attack, Dishonor, goes to the entirety of the Blissey evolutionary line, with both Happiny and Chansey being the absolute lowest at only 5 attack, and Blissey being the lowest of any fully evolved Pokemon, with only 10. In the other end, we have the highest total attack being Mega Mewtwo X with 190 base attack. And without taking into consideration the special forms, the highest base attack would be the 181 from Kartana. In the lowest base defense, we would go once again with the Blissey line. Yeah, they are not physical guys. Or girls. And in the other side, we have, once again, Eternamax Eternatus. Without taking into consideration him because he's a cheat code, the highest total defense would be a 3-way tie between Mega Steelix, Mega Aggron, and Shuckle. If the physical attack went for the X, then the highest special attack must go to Mega Mewtwo Y. Without taking into consideration special forms, we have that the best special attacker would be Turkey. But not everything is fun, because the lowest special attack from a fully evolved Pokemon would be, once again, Shuckle. He gives, but sometimes he does not take at all. Yeah, he doesn't take damage. After going through the highest special defense, being the one of Eternatus Eternamax at 250, and the second highest, which would be Shuckle at 230, we go to the lowest special defense, which would be a 7-way tie. The two premier examples of this would be the only 2 fully evolved Pokemon in Deoxys Attack and Stonjourner, with only 20 special defense. The lowest base speed, which would be only 5, is a 3-way tie, but only 2 Pokemon are fully evolved, Shuckle and this time shared with Pyukumuku. On the other side of the spectrum, we have one of the most surprising Pokemons of the past generation in Regieleki. The lowest base stat total would be a pitiful 175, being owned by Wishiwashi in its single form. However, I think that it's kinda unfair to count him as that because, he's alone, and 75% of the time he's not gonna be alone. So I searched for the Pokemon with the lowest base stat total that is fully evolved and does not suffer of any gimmicks, and that would be none other than Shedinja. What 1 HP does to a guy or a Pokemon? With the highest base stat total, do I even have to say it? Yeah, I think that it's very creative right now. For the highest base stat total for non-legendaries, we would have a 3-way tie between 3 Megas in 700 base BST. Mega Tyranitar, Mega Garchomp, and Mega Metagross. And out of the Pokemons who are not special variations, the highest base stat total would be 670 by the king, Slaking. Number 6. Evolving is one of the core mechanics of the Pokemon franchise. You take a small Pokemon and turn it into a not so small one. Then you take that not so small one and make it a big Pokemon. However, not all the Pokemon evolve in the same way, so we're gonna have a quick look at all of the ways that a Pokemon can evolve. The most common way
would be by leveling up, a thing that is shared by a lot of Pokemon. Then we would have been exposed to an item, most commonly an evolutionary stone, and the last of the original methods would be by being traded. However, throughout the years, the Pokemon franchise added a lot of different methods to evolve, such as exchanging a Pokemon with a specific object attached to it, evolving by happiness, which I'm not going to explain because that would take too long, evolving by leveling up while knowing a specific move, evolving in a specific place, evolving by leveling up while equipped with a specific object, gendered evolution, and the weirdest ones being shared by 2 or less Pokemons each, evolving while having a high level of beauty exclusive to Milotic, evolving according to its stats exclusive to the Tyrogue and Hitmon line, evolving while having another Pokemon or another type of Pokemon in your team exclusive to Mantike and Pancham, random evolution exclusive of Rumpel, evolving by trading 2 specific Pokemon with each other, exclusive of Escavalier and Axelgor, evolving by leveling up while having the console upside down, exclusive of Malamar, evolving by being in a specific weather, exclusive of Sliggoo, evolving by affection, exclusive of Sylveon, evolving by taking 1,000 steps in the Let's Go mode, exclusive of Bramblegas, Pawmot, and Rabsca, evolving by using a specific move a determined amount of times, evolving by leveling up while a friend is watching you play using the Union Circle, evolving by defeating specific Pokemons with specific objects. What the hell is going on with the recent generations? Evolving while being rich. Wait, isn't that real life? Evolving by using a specific move, using a specific style. I have no idea what the hell that is. Evolving by leveling up while receiving recoil damage, and evolving by having a specific version of the game being exclusive to the 7th gen with Rockruff and Cosmoem. Number 7. The Evolutions are one of the most famous groups of Pokemons in the entirety of the franchise. They consist of 8 evolutions, all of which came out of the same Pokemon, Eevee. Originally, Eevee was supposed to be called Aeon. That's the reason as to why every single one of the evolutions has that as its suffix. And as such a peculiar group of Pokemon, they also have some really weird fun facts about them. Starting with, did you know that in terms of male, human, and female Pokemon reproduction, Vaporeon is... This is the end of the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. It was much more elaborated than usual, so it took me much longer than I used to. But as I'm saying, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, or whatever. See ya! Oh, look at that.